for them how I you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or they been at my house. They all say they all know I'm a big Big Pun, Fat Joe, Method Man, like whoever you speak to, just ask them how I did it.
I represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants.
Aaron Hall has just shaken up the music industry and legal world with shocking claims about Diddy that may be more disturbing than anything we've heard before. Just how far did their encounters go? And why did Hall mention Diddy watching him in the most private moments?
Like for the how I you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them they been at my house. They all see me. They all know I'm a big
If Diddy was in rooms with Hall doing these disturbing things, what does that say about the other rumors we've heard? From manipulation to allegations of harassment, could these claims be the start of Diddy's ultimate downfall?
And victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs.
Aaron Hall has come forward with stories that make it clear he and Diddy shared experiences that were as controversial as they were disturbing. Hall's claims go beyond just friendship or collaboration in the music industry. He's made explicit references to moments where Diddy allegedly watched him with women, and he hints that Diddy didn't just want to watch. Hall goes even further, bragging about his own size, something he claims Diddy is well aware of.
If touch my and she say my small, then she's a lion.
Yeah.
Tell her to name the tattoo that's on my ribs that says warning. And you get this you up.
It's not just his words, but the implications that have people talking. Some are speculating that these interactions weren't just casual, but hint at a relationship that crossed lines on multiple levels. And if these claims have truth to them, what kind of consequences could both Diddy and Hall face? One of the most unsettling aspects of Hall's claims is the mention of both men touching women against their will. Hall has outright said that Diddy was involved in these situations with him. While this might sound like exaggerated bragging, we're now seeing these statements in a new light, especially with Diddy's current legal battles.
I represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants.
In the past, both Diddy and Aaron Hall were known for living fast and wild, but now it's apparent that these weren't just harmless party days. Hall's statements add fuel to allegations that Diddy used his power to get whatever he wanted from women, no matter the cost.
As soon as I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her and same story. I just grabbed her in days, then Aaron's got on a with an apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Like it's Aaron.
I mean, it was
three
like
colors on it.
What's disturbing about these accusations isn't just the acts themselves, but the context. These men seemingly believe they could act without consequence. Hall's tone might seem like boasting, but it may also reveal a much darker side, suggesting he and Diddy were a dangerous duo willing to use power, money, and influence to fulfill their desires. In any case, Diddy is no stranger to controversy or legal battles, but Hall's statements come at a particularly bad time. Recently, Diddy has been facing lawsuits for alleged misconduct and abuse of power. Could Hall's bombshell claims end up impacting Diddy's legal situation even further? It's clear that Diddy's reputation has been under fire, but Hall's accusations add a new level of seriousness to these cases. If the public believes Hall's claims, it could impact not only Diddy's current lawsuits, but potentially open up new investigations. Hall's statements about Diddy allegedly watching or joining in on inappropriate situations could strengthen the cases against him, especially with new accusations surfacing. Many are questioning whether more alleged victims could now come forward with their stories, inspired by Hall's shocking admissions.
And victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs.
While Hall may have been trying to shock the public with his statements, the legal implications are likely more than he anticipated. This might not just be about bragging rights. Diddy and Hall could both face serious consequences if investigators decide to look deeper into Hall's claims. Anyway, one person who has spoken about Aaron Hall's statements is Gene Deal. In a recent interview, the former bodyguard and insider in the hip-hop industry brought forth disturbing allegations against music mogul Diddy and R&B artist Aaron Hall.
By Gloria Velez herself. You know, she told me that
he was dealing with her when she was 16 years old. I think she made a statement to everybody else.
Gene Deal also recounted an incident where Gloria Valda confided in him about her involvement with Aaron Hall when she was just 16 years old.
Yeah, but Gene, I'm gonna get you 10 minutes to get him out of here. I said, bruh, give me 5, and he out of here. So, Gloria Velez was with us.
This revelation came during a Thanksgiving dinner while Deal was providing security for Scott Storch. Valda had received a Cartier watch as a gift from Scott. Following this, Hall, through his bodyguard, expressed intentions to confront Scott due to jealousy.
And one of my dudes who, he's a Crip, he came over to me, he said, yo, Gene, my dudes is gonna come do something to your man.
Deal also brought up past accusations against Diddy, pointing to the lawsuit filed by singer Cassie. She accused Diddy of serious misconduct, and her legal win added more credibility to the new claims against both Diddy and Aaron Hall. Deal argued that these weren't isolated incidents, but part of a larger pattern of abuse in the entertainment industry. The conversation also dived into Aaron Hall's alleged behavior. Deal shared a story from Gloria Velez, who said Hall had intimate relations with her when she was not yet 18. Deal described the troubling details, including Hall knowing her age and reportedly trying to take her to Jamaica without proper consent. Deal also shed light on the toxic culture of exploitation in the music business. He said he had seen powerful figures like Diddy and Hall act in ways that showed little concern for the well-being of women, suggesting it's a recurring problem. One particularly troubling moment Deal highlighted was Aaron Hall's reported comments about the size of his genitals, which he allegedly made while Diddy was present.
I like for the see how I you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them. They've been at my house. They all see me. They all know I'm a big.
Deal dismissed these comments as indicative of a larger issue within the industry, where such behavior was normalized and even celebrated. Anyway, another person who commented on Aaron Hall's words was rapper 50 Cent. In an Instagram post made in November, the G-Unit mogul shared a video of the When You Need Me singer sitting down with Vlad TV in the early 2000s. He captioned his post, "Well, there you have it, folks. The man said he liked to go behind the little man so he can knock the lining out. The MF just didn't get permission this time." At this point, Hall's statements are sparking public outrage and media scrutiny, but what will the lasting impact be? Could Diddy's legacy, his career, and even his freedom be at risk if more evidence comes to light? For Hall, these statements may be a double-edged sword. While he may have wanted attention, he's now drawn it to a part of his past he might not want law enforcement looking into. Could Hall himself face backlash or legal consequences? Well, it seems he might already be facing the consequences. You see, there is an explosive lawsuit that alleges Sean Diddy Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall took turns essaying a highly intoxicated 16-year-old lady at a private residence in 1990. In fact, the lawsuit recently added Jodeci member Devontae Swing as a co-defendant. In a new amended complaint filed in federal court in New Jersey, plaintiff Liza Gardner alleges Swing, born Donald DeGrate, was present at Hall's New Jersey residence in 1990 when Combs allegedly pulled Gardner's underwear to the side and forcefully essayed her, leaving her shocked and traumatized. Unbeknownst to Miss Gardner at the time, defendant Swing was in the room when this assault took place and did not take any steps to prevent this abuse from occurring, the amended lawsuit states. The new filing follows after a woman submitted a sworn statement in the case last May stating she was a fellow minor accompanying Gardner that night and allegedly saw Swing leaning against the wall or furniture or something, watching whatever Puffy was doing to Liza. In a recent court filing, Gardner claims that when she was about 17, she went on a trip to New York with Swing, who was around 20 or 21 at the time, a few months older than Diddy, then known as Sean Combs. She says she traveled with Swing and a group of friends from North Carolina, staying with him in New Jersey in housing that was reportedly paid for by Jodeci's record label, Uptown Records. At the time, Diddy was working as an A&R talent scout executive for Uptown, where he was assigned to help develop Jodeci. Gardner says she met Diddy that night at a music industry event in Manhattan, and later she and her friends returned to New Jersey with him to Swing's place. According to Gardner's updated lawsuit, after an alleged assault by Diddy, Gardner was left feeling confused and in shock. She says that as she was trying to regain her composure, Hall, another member of Jodeci, came into the room, held her down, and essayed her as well. She even included a photo in her filing, which she says shows her in a kitchen that day with Hall standing close to her. Gardner also claims that the day after the alleged assaults, Diddy showed up to the house in a rage. She says he was angry and began choking her until she blacked out, trying to keep his then-girlfriend from finding out about what had allegedly happened. The updated lawsuit accuses Diddy and Hall of SA and battery, while Swing is accused of aiding and abetting the abuse. Gardner's filing argues that because Swing invited her on the trip and her parents trusted him to look after her, he had a responsibility to protect her. She claims he breached this responsibility by exposing her to alcohol, marijuana, and allegedly even prostituting her to Diddy. The lawsuit also accuses Swing, along with all other defendants, of causing emotional distress and violating the Mann Act, which is a law that prohibits transporting a minor across state lines with the intent to engage in illegal activity. When Gardner initially filed her lawsuit in New York last November, Diddy's legal team called the accusations fabricated and said it was just a money grab that came soon after Cassandra Cassie Ventura filed a similar lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of SA and STF-icking.
The two have settled a lawsuit she filed against the mogul yesterday in Manhattan federal court. Ventura accused him of and years of physical and emotional.
Ultimately, this situation has turned from shocking revelations to serious legal and personal implications for both men. And as lawyers continue to dissect Hall's words and Diddy's past, there are more questions than answers. Will Diddy be able to weather this storm? Or will this be the start of his downfall? One thing's certain, the music industry is no stranger to scandals, but this one feels different. With Hall's bombshell evidence and Diddy's legal troubles, we're left to wonder how much more could be revealed. And are we only scratching the surface of this dark hidden world? Meanwhile, Hall won't deny or even issue a statement of apology for his comments, which is why some fans are convinced that he is just as guilty as Diddy. Recently, the grapevine was rife with the rumor that both Diddy and Hall run an S-Club in the heart of New York. The rumor began when Michael Jai White insinuated that Diddy and Aaron had a club where they did a lot of things.
It's a club.
Oh, Peanuts.
The club in LA, man. You could have a mini series called Peanuts Days.
Though the actor didn't mention exactly what happened in the club, fans began drawing conclusions. Many surmised that was probably where Diddy and his friends, including Aaron Hall, groomed and had their way with men and women. Rapper Exhibit also made a similar revelation several years back when he claimed that Diddy took him and Kareen Steffans to a certain club. According to him, when they stepped into the club, they first went up to the VIP section, but it was empty, so they made their way to the main hall to grab some drinks. Diddy then left them to take care of business. However, the rapper refused to mention what the Bad Boy executive did exactly.
I heard you tell a story before about how Puffy, he took you to a club before, and you seen a whole lot of men kissing, and you seen a whole lot of weird stuff going on. You know, you seen a whole lot of gay stuff going on.
Man, I ain't gonna touch man. It's been talked about.
While Exhibit was bopping to some music, Kareen Steffans pointed to one corner where he saw two guys kissing. Kareen then pointed to another corner where he saw a dude dancing butt naked. These scenes took Exhibit aback, and he immediately headed out of the club without notifying Diddy. After the interview aired, Exhibit claimed he received a lot of calls, including one from Diddy, who tried to explain what happened in the club and gave the club's name as Space. Exhibit explained that he had nothing against homosexuals, but to be invited to such a club without prior warning was a deal breaker. Many fans who watched the interview concluded that might be the secret club that Michael Jai White was referring to. They insinuated that the club was probably where Diddy and Hall allegedly undertook all their atrocities and recorded them on video. Once they were done, they probably left the videos in the hands of Aaron Hall, who might have helped distribute some of the content for some money. Another man who also insinuated that Diddy and Aaron Hall had a place they went to do their thing was Gene Deal, the former bodyguard of the Bad Boy Records founder. Speaking on the Art of Dialogue YouTube channel, Deal claimed that Diddy and Aaron were into touching each other privates and feeling it up. He claimed he'd seen them on a few occasions when they went into a room to have fun.
They going all in the room together. You understand? They all going in the room together. They go in that room. They having their fun. They doing what they do.
As in the other cases, Gene Deal didn't mention what they did when they went into the room together, leaving it to the imagination of the fans. However, from the court cases and allegations brought against Diddy and Aaron Hall, fans have concluded that these were the parties where the R and SA took place. Anyway, just like Diddy, it seems like Aaron Hall is officially off the charts. But his bizarre behavior isn't anything new to those who've known him for years. From accusing R. Kelly of stealing his swag in the early 90s, which is up for debate, to calling his former bandmate producer Teddy Riley a square, Aaron Hall has been very vocal about his qualms with other R&B singers. To put things in perspective, Aaron's bizarre behavior has been caused by a series of unfortunate circumstances in his life. Aaron not only survived being the victim of a shooting, but he also survived being stabbed. To make matters worse, Aaron witnessed his mother get run down by a drunk driver on Christmas Day, as well as endured the pain of losing his firstborn son shortly after birth, which he says inspired his 1993 ballad, I Miss You.
I miss you. I'm talking to you, baby.
He's also had multiple run-ins with the law, which includes catching a case for assault in 1995, eventually leading him to serve 11 months in New York City's Rikers Island prison for a probation violation. He's also had several very public court battles with former video vixen Gloria Velez, who is the mother of his son, who he hasn't seen in 15 years. Aaron Hall, born on August 10, 1964, stands as a prominent figure in the realm of American music, renowned for his soulful vocals and profound contributions as a singer and songwriter. His journey into the spotlight began in 1988 when he emerged as a founding member of the pioneering R&B and New Jack Swing group, Guy. Alongside Teddy Riley and Timmy Gatling, later succeeded by his brother Damian Hall, Aaron Hall laid the foundation for a musical legacy that would resonate through the decades. The roots of Aaron Hall's musical prowess trace back to his upbringing in the vibrant boroughs of New York City. Born in the Bronx and raised in Brooklyn, he was deeply immersed in the rich tapestry of Black American gospel traditions from a tender age. This immersion was courtesy of his father, Aaron Hall II, a revered pastor in the local community. Under his father's guidance, young Aaron learned to appreciate the power of music as a means of spiritual expression and connection. His exposure to the dynamic rhythms and emotive melodies of gospel music laid the groundwork for his future endeavors in the music industry. Despite his early affinity for music, Aaron Hall's path to success was not without its challenges. As a child, he grappled with a speech impediment that persisted into adulthood, hindering his ability to articulate his thoughts and express himself verbally. This obstacle, however, only fueled his determination to excel in other areas of his life. Drawing upon his innate passion for animals, Hall found solace and purpose in the world of dog training, where his ability to communicate transcended the limitations of speech. In the company of his beloved canine companions, he discovered a sense of fulfillment and belonging that would sustain him through the trials and triumphs of his musical journey. The pivotal moment in Aaron Hall's career came in the late 1980s when fate intervened in the form of a fateful encounter with his friend and future bandmate, Timmy Gatling. Bonding over their shared love of music, Gatling introduced Hall to Teddy Riley, a visionary producer and musician on the cusp of revolutionizing the R&B landscape with his innovative blend of soulful melodies and hip-hop beats. Recognizing Hall's exceptional vocal talent, Riley saw in him the potential to bring a unique voice to the burgeoning New Jack Swing movement that was sweeping the nation. Thus, Guy was born, a musical powerhouse that would leave an indelible mark on the music scene of the late 1980s and early 1990s. With Hall at the helm as lead vocalist, the group unleashed a string of hits that captivated audiences and catapulted them to stardom. From the infectious grooves of Groove Me to the heartfelt balladry of Piece of My Love, Hall's soul-stirring vocals became the hallmark of Guy's signature sound. Their eponymous debut album, released in 1988, achieved platinum status, solidifying their status as icons of the era. Despite their meteoric rise to fame, the journey was not without its share of trials and tribulations. Personal and professional conflicts led to the departure of Timmy Gatling from the group, but Hall remained steadfast in his commitment to the music. Alongside his brother Damian and Teddy Riley, he continued to push the boundaries of R&B, forging ahead with a relentless passion for his craft. In the years that followed, Aaron Hall's musical legacy continued to evolve as he ventured into solo endeavors and collaborations with other artists. His distinctive voice and charismatic stage presence endeared him to audiences around the world, earning him a devoted following and critical acclaim. Despite the passage of time, his influence on the music industry remains undiminished. However, his influence in music does not justify his actions, and many fans believe that he should be locked up with Diddy. In the end, Aaron Hall's claims have turned the spotlight on a side of Diddy's life the public rarely sees. If Hall's statements are true, then Diddy's image as a successful music mogul may be the least of his worries. And for Hall, his explosive admissions may have exposed more than he bargained for. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.